All right. Good morning. It is week 11 or week 12. The biggest things this week is our genital urinary kind of medicine exam at the end of this week. We also have to do a preventative medicine case with a nearby school. I've got these things. Our topic was on bullying. So we've got these little these hearts I cut out or I almost crumbled it. I crumbled this one by accident. But make bullying extinct. Make bullying extinct. We've got a topic about bullying, so we got to show it to basically do a little interaction activity slideshow with my group has kindergartners to second grade, which is great. The children are always entertaining. I think children are kind of funny, so I feel like that should be fun. They probably won't remember half the things we do, right? So there's no going wrong with this. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think we can do anything wrong. Even if we were to mess up, they probably wouldn't even know if we messed up. Like if we fumble a word or something. So that is reassuring in a sense. At the same time, if anything, it's kind of hard because I don't know if they can write. So we didn't give them any writing activities or reading activities. I don't know how interactive they'll be. I really don't know what kindergartners to second graders can really do. I feel like they just exist. Do they get homework or probably coloring? I don't know. Maybe I'm underestimating the children. And that's actually today. So we got our scrubs on, and I'll drop a clip in somewhere. Kind of bullying.
Yeah.
Shoving and pushing.
Another fool.
That happened. I spoke to my professor about my SOAP note, which is short form documentation of a visit. And basically, my organization is not the greatest, and my phrasing has not been the best either. In terms of not the actual content or the words that I'm using, but I could be a little better. Right now, I'm gonna go study as I wait for class, and I think we have to look at ultrasounds. This introduction is a little bit all over the place. My apologies. I'm also planning on making, better form content in the sense that show more of what I do on a day-to-day. I've bought a better mic, so hopefully the audio quality gets better by the end of this week. And I also bought a case so I can actually carry around my camera everywhere I kind of go, and then show little clips and snippets of the things I do in terms of studying, because my studying tends to be sporadic to an extent. Because I'm studying right now, I don't always study at this time. I don't know, man. All right, whatever. 6 minutes already. Introduction is a bit long. All right, bye. I just want to say a real quick story. Just a funny story. So we walk inside, and we sign in. We get taken to a room, and the organizer tells us hey, here are these students, and then she brings in these fourth graders and they're called security patrol or hallway patrol, basically hall monitors, right, or something of the sort. As we're walking, there's another kid walking the other way. So, and that kid looks like maybe he's in, I don't know, first grade or something. So they're small too, and he just looks sad, and he's just sad. He's kind of walking down. I guess he's going to the bathroom, and there's another hallway monitor behind him. And I'm just talking to my group mate. So these guys are called patrol. So that kid right there is being patrolled right now, and the kid he looks at me. He's like, yeah, and he just keeps walking like he's just doing time or something. These kids are so funny sometimes. Unintentionally comedy. You know what I mean? He didn't say yes or nothing. The kid just nods his head yeah, he's just doing his time. You know what I mean? What's he got to say? Nothing to say, nothing to do. Just, it is what it is. You know what I mean? I guess back to studying, renal. Just so much more to do than I thought. Guess we'll get to it when we get to it. I'm just so sleepy right now. Alright. Continuation of the week. Today we have advanced interviewing skills. Didn't even realize that was a thing. I don't think I have to do anything specifically. I think they're gonna do a special case, person comes in and really has excessive suicide ideation or something like that, and we have to I guess see how we go about it or something of the sort. We end pretty early today, so it's just a ton of studying. Studied a good bunch last night as well. Last night into really this morning. I think I got an hour and a half of sleep. Less than that, truly. But all good. And this is currently the new audio. What it is. I'm gonna do it. Let me take this off. This is a new audio, so hopefully it's valid. And if not, I guess we'll find out. All right. All right. It's finished. And we're here with Becca.
Hello.
Becca's nice. We mess with Becca.
Hopefully we'll be PAs together in about, what is it, a year?
Yeah, doubt so. All right. Back to it. Becca just made a cameo. We like Becca. Becca's cool. We were just talking about, studying and how it can be just draining sometimes, like something she says she does is she just counts down and she goes like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, don't do it. Like, drops her phone, is done, just like mentally get started. I guess, to that point, what causes the most friction sometimes is just getting started, right? Just getting it done. And I felt that when creating the videos. I wanted to make these videos like a long time ago. Like I wanted to start before PA school even, and then I have like great production at the start of it, because now it's not as great. Now I'm still testing in semester 2, right? Week like 12 or 11, right? And I wish I had gotten started earlier, but when I look at all the stuff that I have to do, like all these topics that I have to overcome and like complete, like I just don't want to start. I can't start. Like I get almost crippled by just the mountain of work that needs to be done, so just counting down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 is just, you just start on something immediately, and I can see how that works for her, and credit to her there. For me, is I at least the way that I just showed you guys with this notepad, I've just break down the topic to like, I guess essentially all the main lectures, and I'd start to tackle them one by one. And I kind of tend to start on the shortest one to at least get something started and get the ball rolling, just getting one checkbox off, and it makes me feel better, it makes me start moving, and then I'll jump into like a big one, and then once a chunk is done, like now I really feel good, now the ball really moving, so that's how I've been doing it as of recent, and been all right. So I guess we'll see. All right, as you can see based on how I'm dressed, we had a IPE event today. That's a interdisciplinary event. The topic that we had, or that they discussed, was basically opioid, the approach to that. There's a lot of resources to help people before they get caught up in it, or before significant problems arise. Is harm reduction rather than like complete cessation, maybe helping them doing it in a healthy manner to avoid complications, if they can't just outright stop, of course. And if that's not what they want to do either, you can't make them either, so doing that approach is better in a more of a public health perspective. I think like an important stat that they mentioned was the people that prescribe opioid kind of interventions are basically like prosecutors and like basically the law, and that's like getting in trouble for something first and then being given the help, or like the preventative resource. Damn, I forgot the phrasing that they used, but just the idea that we should be helping these people beforehand. Like every time we notice something, we should inquire, we should ask questions and find out if they're willing to stop or what they want to work towards, or and we should just always be open about that, conscious of it, and trying to help them with that before they get into significant situations and problems, right? There's many reasons to why there's a crisis, right? But that doesn't help to pointing fingers and blame from a public health perspective. I guess the point was that we should be helping these people, and there's a lot of things that they can be done. There's a lot of outpatient resources. You don't always have to be in the hospital to receive it, and not a lot of people are aware of it, so they promoted some awareness to that too. Gave us Narcan as well, so got us some Narcan just in case. I picked it up too, because it's super easy to use, very safe. We suspect an opioid kind of overdose situation. we can help. As well as like something like a fentanyl test strip, show you how to use it so that they can, whatever they do use is safe, so basically, taking the drugs in a safe manner. We would want them to stop completely, but it's up to them if they can or want to. That's like a quick little thing I got fitted up for it. Got a little pin, fire pin, and I just set up my mic for the long term. But I think what I did want to mention was one reason why people fall victim to these drugs, or people that have an addiction already. The guy that was speaking from personal experience. For him, it was when he would be bored that the alcohol speaks to him. The cocaine comes to him. You know what I mean, and it talks to him, tells him, to kind of indulge in that, for that satisfaction. I guess just like how we naturally just go to our phones and are to an extent addicted to our phones. That was the drugs for him, right? And the phrase that he said is, "Don't be bored." Move a muscle, change the thought. So he would get up, walk outside, just get out of the house, just get to stepping, get moving, to just get his mind off it. You know what I mean? The moment he's bored, he starts to think and feel and act on it. And I very much resonated with that, because I think every time I've had not an addiction per se, but a bad habit, or if I was ever bored, like, looking at my phone, or like trying to get to video games, binge or stress eating to an extent, all these habits, they were definitely exacerbated by when I was bored. You know what I mean? So every time I was bored, I'm like, yeah, I can do this. It's fun. This is entertaining, and it'll be real quick, or So definitely, I resonate with that. Definitely not to the same consequences or extent in that manner, but I can definitely see how that can be true, right? So, don't be bored. Move a muscle. Change a thought. All right. All right. Real quick. Good morning. Day of the exam. I've got a little under 2 hours to really study some more. Just, I guess tidy it up and wrap it up kind of thing. How do I feel? Okay, there's two categories, right? Two categories of how I could go about studying. One, memorize it like completely, pull it from memory one to one, or two, like remember it, recognize it. I went the route of the recognizing. If 100% was, I'd be able to recognize anything and everything almost in like on the exam, is and be able to answer it, through sheer recognition. That's 100%, right? I feel, I feel like I'm about 70 and 70 to 80, maybe let's say 75%, because I'm not even sure if I've studied everything I need to be or have, and I've really like summarized or like minimized what I need to remember, or kind of have to remember. So it's less in quantity. Hopefully my methods don't fail me now and I flop this exam, but I don't think so. I think it should at least allow me to pass via my method. So I guess we'll see. Whatever. I gotta go study. Boom. I hate myself and everything I stand for. God damn it. Alright, I'm in a past, which is great. And all I can care for at this point, but like, dang it, man. Like, why is it like this? There's just so much, and honestly I feel like I had so many more rights. It is what it is. Whoa, what's up? Hey, Crow. Anyways, I really thought I would got higher than what I did, but it's fine, really, at this point. It is what it is. Might have been my lowest grade so far in terms of this semester in medicine, which is okay, I guess, but passing, so I'll take it, I guess. But I be studying, I studied. I didn't study as much as I could have last night or yesterday, and I needed sleep bad. I went home from the IP event yesterday, and I basically went to bed because Just so tired. Quite a week, at least in terms of content. I'm trying to make it better quality. Brother man said the mic is not as good as I thought or hoped, so this is coming off, and I'm not even using it right now either, which kind of sucks, you know. But I'm thinking about getting a new mic. Probably get me something nice. I don't know. It's well, I'm glad it's over. At least I had a medicine exam, but there's so much more still to do. Next week, what we have due is the soap note, which is a um, what's it called? Like just documentation. H&P, another longer form documentation presentation. We have PEDM, which is like laboratory, all the laboratory stuff we learn, kind of things like that. Radiological stuff that we learn, an exam on all those stuff from the entire semester, cumulative, and then endocrine. All right, so that's next week, and then the week after that, on Monday, we have pharmacology. Pharmacology is pharmacology is tough, so we have pharmacology, and then we have a CSP event, which is a practical, and that's basically a cumulative one of the practical. So it can be like anything of sorts. So it's a lot to do just coming up, and it's even hard to just like think about anything else right now. So my grade, it is what it is, and it'll stay as it is, I guess. I mean, we'll just strive to do better, but just so much back to back that it's gonna be close. So that's why I'm not too worried about it. It's not like I had forever. I did have some good time, and again, I thought I would have done better. I don't know. I just don't have time to be upset about it. I guess you can say. What am I grateful for this week? I'm grateful for religion, I guess, because it is empowering to a degree. Give you a sense of purpose and tranquility at times. Especially coming to the near of Ramadan. I've been on the least amount of sleep I've been like all semester because of night prayers and things of that sort. And I've been probably the most productive. I won't say the most energetic, but I've been the most productive. Then again, I haven't been going to the gym as well, so I guess I have more time rather than going to the gym. I'm doing that. And when I go to the gym, I get tired. But I've been studying a lot more in the morning, like after the morning prayer. As before, in the beginning of Ramadan, it was at 4 a.m. and then later on it was at 6. So I've been coming to school like right after that, and I've been studying like 2 hours, an hour before class, and I think that's valid. And then studying into the night until like 3 a.m. and then waking up at like again at 6. Hence my bad schedule, or less sleep. But I don't know. I've been getting stuff done, so that's good. The grade didn't really pay out to prove it, but I think I continue to do what I do. I think that's the best way to do it. I think maybe a couple more repetitions, and I need a little bit more active recall. For sure. This time I just kind of wrote it out, but I think a little more active recall would have benefited me. But yeah, so I guess I'm grateful for the amount of productivity I've been able to push out or achieve. And I think I've seen where I succeed, like the times of day that I succeed the most in productivity. It's really in the mornings, late into night. Late into night is kind of sketch, but late into night, and I guess after class. That's like all the. That's like what? That's like all the time. That's like what? This is all the possible times I could give. Doing the what's it called? The time lapse is also helpful because I get rid of my phone. I don't have my phone to use, and it's pretty cool to look at. I look back at, kind of neat. So kind of cool, and it's kind of cool to see what I did for the past like hour or two or three or four in the span of 30 seconds. You know what I mean? Like kind of just proving that I'm studying. As a physical view reminder. It's just kind of cool. I like time lapse. Yeah, whatever. All right, but it is what it is. End of week 11 or 12. I think it's 11. End of week 11. It is what it is. Got my grade. We move on. Bye. I'm just gonna say what nobody else is willing to say. America has a fentanyl crisis.